As above, so below. As within, so without. You are the equation of eternity. Welcome to the Mercury Minute. Welcome to the Mercury Weekly from April 12th through the 18th. The big news this week is Wednesday. We have a new moon in Aries, and then in the afternoon it does go into Taurus. Now, this is a major shift because it is the beginning of the first new moon of the astrological year. This is a time to set the tone for the rest of the year. However, in the past, traditions have asked us to make a list of 10 things and things that you want to bring into your life, that you want to incorporate. However, I suggest that make a list of the things that you want to get rid of. Those habits that no longer work for you. Those aspects of your personality that work against you. Those things that really prevent you from acquiring the things that you say you want. There's no question about it. We are our own worst enemy. No one, let me say this again very clearly, no one hurts us more than we hurt ourselves. So if you really want to blame someone for the situation in your life, go find a mirror, and that's that individual. That is the person. That's the personality of your eternal I that is causing it. Now, when you harmonize your me, which is this personality that we acquire, with your universal I, then you become an Einstein, then you become a Michelangelo, then you become a wonderful person that nobody knows about but gives love and forgiveness as a way of life. Now, the other significant news this week is Mercury goes retrograde Saturday on the 17th of April. Now, that happens at 9:06 p.m. on Saturday night on the Pacific coast. So be aware that that is a major shift. Traditionally, when Mercury goes retrograde, you're going to have problems with transportation, communication. It slows life down. It makes things more difficult to move forward. Things get delayed. Things are lost. You misplace things. You leave something at home, and then you got to go back and get it again. That is a real traditional aspect. We don't know why. We don't understand it, but it's been an observation for thousands of years. Now, I never really thought much about Mercury retrograde because it never really seems to affect me. Well, it's the reason it doesn't affect me very much is because I have a Mercury retrograde when I was born. So the only way you kind of get around this Mercury retrograde is if you were born that way. And then you have other issues you deal with, okay? So life is really, if you think about it, life is pretty funny, okay? There isn't anything that doesn't happen that isn't going to make somebody smile. I remember Joseph Campbell used to say, if you do, no matter what you do for one person, it's going to be evil and a sin for somebody else. So you cannot do anything where you're going to please everybody. You're just going to have to accept that, okay? That's just the way it is. So the moon goes into Aries Monday. Tuesday, there are no aspects. It's a day really to create the way you want. But be aware of this. There's lots of energy Monday and Tuesday. Now, Wednesday, the new moon in Aries. It's the first new moon of the astrological year. So really set out what it is you want to do in life, but also examine the things that we need to eliminate from our life as well. And Thursday, we have the major aspects that are mainly with the moon, and that's with Taurus. Of course, we have a Taurus moon, which then again slows things down. Now, the moon goes into Taurus on the 14th. And when this happens, we're going to have the moon in Taurus, and there are going to be a couple major aspects hitting Mars and Pluto with the moon. So it's a really mixed bag. You're going to have positive and energy and negative energy to kind of work with. So by working both of those ends of the spectrum, you'll be able to create a beautiful day. Now, Friday, we do have the moon entering Gemini, and that happens later in the evening, 11:08 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And so, again, a good day for romance, quite honestly. Late in the evening, conversations could really take off. You might find yourself staying up late, talking late into the wee hours, if you will. And remind you, we do have the Mercury retrograde on Saturdays, so be aware of that. It's going to be here for 3 weeks, so it's a good time for introspection, meditation, contemplation. Re-examine your situation in life. Anything that the word re can be associated with is associated with a Mercury retrograde. But don't really be frustrated by it. Use it as a tool, because sometimes we all have to rest and just stop in our tracks, so to speak. We can't always be going forward, moving forward, always talking about the economy. It has to always be going up, always going up. Well, without the downs, the ups don't mean much of anything. So just to learn that you're going to have experiences in life that are pleasant and some that seem not so pleasant. The key is, how do we react to the things that happen to us? I'm Michael Mercury, and thank you so much for listening. That's what I'll be doing on my webpage, michaelmercury.com. If you go right there, you'll get the 12 signs, which I'm going to do shortly here for the week of April the 12th. And thank you again so much for listening. I'm Michael Mercury.